pre-need funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Funeral service for Wanda Lynn Bergen, age 65, of Eunice, Florida, will be Friday at 2:30 from Curtis and Son North, with the Reverend Paul Hickman officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Memorial Cemetery. Visitation at the funeral home Friday from 1 until 2:30. Ms. Bergen died June 27th in Florida. Online condolences at curtisondsonfh.com. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Darlene Duke Burton died June the 27th. She was 60 years old. The funeral home is in Galesville, Alabama, and his funeral arrangements, I talked with Ben late yesterday, and he said there had been a little tweaking with the arrangements, and they will be announcing the funeral arrangements for his sister, Darlene Duke Burton, in the coming days. But I wanted to let you know about that. That's Ben and Danny's sister, and she was a good girl. She passed away June 27th at the age of 60 years old. Glenda Sue Norris, age 66, died June 24th. Radley Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, announcing the arrangements. Paul Allen Brewer, age 68, died June 28th. Funeral service at 11 o'clock Thursday at Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega, with Mick Barnett officiating. There will be a visitation for the extended family and friends Wednesday evening at Ursery Funeral Home from 5 until 7. Ursery Funeral Home in Talladega in charge of the arrangements. Virginia Marie Roselle Crawford died June the 24th. A memorial service will be held in the chapel of Curtis and Son Funeral Home in Sylacauga under the direction of John Rideout's Funeral Home. Visitation will be at Curtis and Son North on Friday beginning at 10 a.m. A memorial service to follow at 11 a.m. also at Curtis and Son Funeral Home, North Chapel. Miss Crawford will be laid to rest in Evergreen Cemetery under the direction of Curtis and Son Funeral Home. In lieu of flowers, you may make a contribution to a charity of your choice. Curtis and Son Funeral Home, along with John's Rideout's Funeral Home, directing. Celebration remembering the life of Mr. Milton Fomby, age 65, of Pell City, will be Friday at 1 p.m. from S.M. Goodson Funeral Home Chapel in Talladega, with the Reverend Cameron Thomas officiating. Interment in the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church Cemetery in Cropwell. Public viewing will be Thursday from 2 till 7 at the funeral home. S.M. Goodson Funeral Home and Crematory directing. Memorial service for Robert Perry Mann, age 74, of Sylacauga, will be Thursday at 4 from the chapel of Radley Smith Funeral Home. Pastor Charles Kelly officiating. Mr. Mann died June 25th at Grandview Medical Center. He was a veteran in banking and joined Sylacauga City National Bank until his retirement in 2008. He was an active member of the Church of the Highlands Sylacauga campus and served on the Dream Team as a greeter. Radley Smith Funeral Home directing. Graveside service for Miss Roberta McGraw will be Thursday at 1 o'clock from Coosa Valley Baptist Church Cemetery in Vincent, with the Reverend R.W. Posey officiating. Sims Funeral Home directing that service. Funeral service for Franklin Dwayne Gaddis will be 11 o'clock today at Mountain Home Baptist Church in Sycamore. Burial in the Corinth Missionary Baptist Church Cemetery in Sylacauga. Community Funeral Home directing. That is a look at obituaries this morning, brought to you by Curtis and Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. for pre-need funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.